Hello everyone and welcome to another stream. Well, the stream happened during the tournament. It's not really live, but it was cast by myself, Spiff, and Night of Misfortune. So guys, Night of Misfortune has a YouTube channel. Go subscribe to him. You will be very happy you did. So anyhow, the stream is from the, the 10-year anniversary cast for Supreme Commander 2. Yes, it was a 10-year anniversary. This game is more than 10 years old now. Could you believe that? Anyhow, we had a good time doing it, and I could not have done the tournament quite as well without Spiff and Knight's help. So thank them in the comment down below and thank them. Thank them down below. Yeah, do that. I would really appreciate it. So anyhow, I hope you're all safe right now and staying home and doing the right things and just making good choices. So I really want you all to be healthy and happy. So I'm trying to do my best as well. But I think it's time to move on with the cast. What do you guys think? Well, oh yeah, and to my new subscribers, thank you so much for subbing. I really appreciate that. And also, I'm going to be going back to my regularly scheduled stuff by doing casts from the community after I do all of the 10-year anniversary cast. I'm very, very busy, and I don't have a whole lot of energy right now. That's why I'm only getting 1 or 2 videos out a week. So thank you guys so much for your support. But if you guys, okay, let me know in the comment section down below if you want to see more casts than just the 10-year anniversary streams or the fast casts. Let me know, and if more than 1 or 2, 5 people say that, I'll probably take a little break. So just let me know, and right now, on with the stream. So thank you guys so much. I will talk to you after the stream. Well, actually, I'll talk to you in the next video, because this is it for me. Bye! Hello, everyone, and welcome to round 3 of the 10-year anniversary tournament of Supreme Commander 2, hosted by myself, Knight, and Spiff. Let me introduce well, just kidding. The map is Etched Deserts 2v2, and it's an unusual, my goodness, it's an unusual one, but it should be fun. So I'm going to introduce Osmos. He is spawning in as the blue UEF commander, dropping down a double air factory opener, and he's ecoing all day long. Knight of Misfortune, would you take it away, please?
His opponent across the desert. We have the orange commander, the return of the Cyber and Hope. We have, you guessed it, Hope, starting off with 2 air factories and doing all the eco things as well with his engineers.
He also he's building 2 engineers. He's really wanting to use that Cyber spread to his advantage.
Yeah, well, on this map, you really are, if you're sending your engineers out to get those outward mass extractors, you're really committing to them because they're so far away. And if you lock down air, especially if you're going cyber and air against UEF, you're probably going to want to expand as much as possible because, again, those wasps are not going to be ground firing unlike your Geminis. So that is a very good move. I am a big fan of building engineers, and as you can see, he's using his to get some more energy here. And meanwhile, Osmos is sending a ton of planes down Hope's way, but deciding to turn back.
Right, because this is a really good move by Hope, because those wasps cannot attack ground. And Hope is also using, well, that engineer's being lazy, but it was helping that factory out. That might somewhat try to even out the speed in which wasps are built. And Osmos's wasps, that one little scout escaped, surprisingly enough.
Yep, we see just a little bit more of an expand from Hope here, and he managed to get a forward radar, which is going to be very, very beneficial for him, as he's going to be able to see his opponent's air movements. And as a Cybran player with, his Geminis are a bit weaker than the Wasps, you definitely want to get the most up-to-date information as you can.
Geminis actually have a bit more health than Wasps. It's the amount of wasps that UEF could produce that's the
Yeah.
real danger. I think that's what you meant. Because they could really Zerg rush you really, really fast. And the Gemini overall, once fully upgraded, I think is a little bit stronger than the Wasp. It's just the numbers the Wasps could get on you, you know?
It's the numbers, and also the upgrades come a little bit quicker for UEF. However, you're absolutely right. I think both Aeon and Cybran do have much better upgrades for their air.
Right. I think Wasps do get good pretty fast. But overall, late game, I think it goes to the other factions unless UEF is spamming them with the air fortress, and then there's a big problem.
Yeah, I think for sure that's the advantage of the UEF is the spam. Now we see both of these players. We're approaching the 5th minute mark here. Both players have been expanding quite a bit, and neither one of them actually threw down another factory until I started saying that. Osmos actually throws down his 3rd air factory, but both players are just doing a lot on the back end to expand. Of course, Hope has a little bit of an advantage with his 4 engineers now, and it's going to be interesting to see how exactly they decide to clash on this map. I wasn't casting the last one, so I couldn't really mention how interesting the center of the map here is. Virtually creating a dead zone to move through, because it's so easy to ground fire with demolishers or maybe even missile launchers on a base that's in between these 2 ridges in the center.
You know, if Hope built an anti-air tower, or either players built an anti-air tower by the somewhere in on one of those ridges, it could create a kind of a no-fly zone over there and give them a major advantage on their side of the map, that is.
Both players moving forward and going to build their forward radars practically at the same time. However, I do think that Osmos has just a little bit of an advantage right now due to his commander being up front. And that's just, we've seen this on Etched Desert, we've seen this on Emerald Crater. It's just so powerful on an air map when your ACU moves forward and starts building a forward base.
Especially as UEF, because they can't really do much unless they have bombers, right?
Yeah, give those WAPs some air cover, but actually Cybran is very powerful on maps like Emerald Crater, and I would even hazard to say here, because of their adapters, they're able to lock down more choke points and just build a forward base with those adapters covering their Geminis that are going to be outspammed with Wasps. So it's I would say it's very, very close. It's just depending on how exactly either player places their forward bases and is their ACU up front, because that ACU not only offers protection but also builds faster. So we'll see here what Osmos decides to do with that just tiny bit of an advantage.
I think it's very interesting what Hope just put down. You see, instead of building anti-air on the factories, which is cheaper, he decided to put down an anti-air tower, which is expensive. It's almost the cost of another factory, and he has down one factory. Just kidding. He's building an air factory down in his expansion.
As these players expand outwards, both of them are going to have so much mass and so much economy to go forward. We're going to see 3 battlegrounds, most likely, if you consider the air as the 4th dimension. There's four battlegrounds here as these sides come to a close here, and that's when these games start being really, really interesting, because it becomes very much a position war. As we see, oh, I thought this was an AA creep on the bottom corner here, but it's just a radar.
Hope put down an anti-air tower just like I thought he would on the ridge, and it's underneath. It could be potentially underneath a factory shield, which is a really, really good move. However, building air units right out of there, they run the possibility of being picked off before they make it to their blob. But that 4th air factory has put Hope up on air. Just kidding. Osmos built a 4th air factory. I think he has a 5th one queued up. Yeah,
I think
a
it's
land
just
factory.
4 for now. Yeah, and a land factory coming down from Osmos, and that's exactly what you want to be doing as we are approaching the 10-minute mark. We see Hope actually putting down a air factory over here on the bottom. However, once those mobile missile launchers start coming out, that is going to be very, very difficult to counter. And as a Cybern, once you reach the center, it's just so powerful to go adapters. I'm not really sure why he's not electing to do so. However, I didn't even notice until you pointed it out, but what beautiful placement by both of these players on their base in the center on those ridges right behind the mountains, so to protect bombing runs, which is beautiful, beautiful play from both players.
Right, and MMLs will have a hard time. Like it's just great placement, and it looks
There's
like
a land
there.
factory.
Yeah, Hope is putting down that land factory, and I think a little bit of a bombing run went off. Oh, there's an air fight right over an anti-air tower there for Hope. Let's see who has the better micro, and I think it looks like Osmos is taking this one. There's a lot
There's
more
just so many wasps. Yeah. But
That-
you know what? This is not going to be the deciding factor, and there's going to be a lot of mass for Hope to reclaim here, which is defended by basically everything here. So Hope might actually bounce back here.
I don't know. There's some MMLs popping out. That could be a real big problem there for Hope. Because those
He
MMLs.
needs a couple adapters. What's queued up? And it is a loyalist, unfortunately.
No, that's actually not a bad call because there's nothing stopping those loyalists from killing those MMLs.
Shield comes on in the air factory, which is good. That one loyalist might actually, yeah, you're right, wreak havoc on these 3 mobile missile launchers. As they're not getting microed, this loyalist is going to get free range on them. And unfortunately, he's just so slow. Where at?
Right next, Osmos's factory went down.
Oh, wow. I didn't even notice. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There is a stationary missile launcher on that air factory. Wow, that is actually a huge deal, as all of these mobile missile launchers are going to get picked up. There's a desperate attempt from Osmos to get a point defense, but I think these 2 loyalists are going to be able to take out that engineer quickly
not.
enough.
Maybe not.
No, he
They're
decides to
backing up.
retreat.
They're backing up. Maybe a bit of a mistake right there, backing up like that. But it looks like Hope he's got 3 land factories in the area, and he's building even more air factories. He's really trying to make a comeback on that air. But Osmos has a lazy engineer, an air factory that's not running on the ridge, but he does have a research station, and he just researched AC-1 terrors. If you look at his ACU, he is building an air gantry. That
is going to be very difficult,
extremely dangerous
to deal with. But we do see that these both these players kind of swapped their positions for the startup here, as both their ECUs kind of make a clockwise transition into the sides of the map here.
Bombers are coming out for Osmos now from at least some of his factories. And a whole bunch of engineers are being built by Osmos. He really wants to save this area. And I don't think... the Cobras are coming out for Hope. He really wants to take this area out because I think this is a key spot here for Osmos. If Osmos holds this area with all these 3 land factories, he could have a really good chance of breaking through and doing some major damage. But back at base with Osmos, a AC-1 Terror is cooking.
Yep, it's only a matter of time that he is going to amass that critical 2 or 3 terrors. And if Hope is not ready with a lot of fighters, it's going to be a quick end to his ACU. He's going to need to get some more research points and definitely start getting those adapters, because this is a very, very threatening move here, as Osmos is starting to scout here. So maybe Hope will know that something is coming.
He's going to find Hope. He's going to see Hope. I think he sees Hope.
Yeah.
That scout went right next to Hope. I'm pretty sure he knows where the ACU is. So he knows where to concentrate his firepower. There's not a lot of anti-air in the area, and there's not a lot of shields in the area. So if a couple AC-1Ks get there and Structure Detonate doesn't take him out, it could really be a problem.
The one thing that's going in Hope's favor is that he does have 7 air factories, actually maybe even more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 air factories, while Osmos only has 4, which actually is going to be giving him a lot of spam very, very quickly. And he is able to maintain all of those factories. Well, actually, no, one of them is not building. So it is going to be fairly close as Osmos is focusing down on getting those air gantries to spam as many fortresses as he can. Sorry, not fortresses, experimental gunships as he can.
You know, I really wish those last 2 mass extractors on the farthest points of the map, on north and south, would be capped by somebody, but it's just not happening. It's kind of driving me crazy.
It's so easy to counter an engineer push right now because there's bombers and so much air right now. So, and these players are really, really good. So they will probably spot that.
Too. They're aware. They're really aware. But
land engagement here in the center.
Oh, there's some adapters on the field too.
Yep.
So those adapters, once those hit critical mass, it's going to be more difficult for the AC-1Ks, but AC-1Ks do outrange the adapters because with good micro, with great micro, it works out. You know what's interesting about this map too is that Cybran artillery really, I mean, it could do some good on the ridge, but if it's not well protected, you can't really just sit back in your base and use artillery.
Yeah, and we see, unfortunately, Hope has not been able to capitalize on the little bit of an advantage that he had in the bottom. There's still a very big stalemate here, as those PDs are just offering so much cover for these ground units. One does go down here now, so maybe he'll be able to push forward a little bit. But now there's air movement. Nope, the gunships are still back in base, though.
He doesn't want to reveal them yet, I don't think. We got... Osmos moved his ground units just as Brackman fire started coming toward them.
I'm really surprised that Hope isn't scouting. He must expect that his opponent is going to go gunship, so he should be expecting these experimental gunships. Now, the one thing that Cybran, of course, has going for them is the structure detonate, so he might be able to use that to his advantage to counter those gunships a little bit, but it's always a toss-up.
Right. Once you use structure detonate, that structure is gone. There is no way to, what would you call it, recoup any of that mass. This could be kind
air
of a
engagement
mistake by Hope. He is engaging right over some anti-air, and he's letting right in his back. Ooh.
But those adapters are going to do work, and now Osmos is on the back foot, so they're going to trade pretty equally, but Hope managed to get the land advantage, so he's going to push, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's aggressive, he's going to take out this whole base over here. That's going to be very big for him.
That was actually a really good move. I think that was more of a 200 IQ move that I missed out on because I was thinking, that engagement right there, but was it a bombing run on those land units that really thinned
experimental gunships making their way down.
Ooh. Where? Oh, yeah.
Osmos realizes this is his chance because he lost that base. That's a lot of factories that are about to go down. And I am not sure that this engagement is going to go in his favor. There's going to be, there's going to need to be a very good micro from both players to not end this game here.
Yes. Yeah, micro is going to be key right here. Now, Hope has his air units pushing up. He wants to take out those AC-1Ks, but those wasps are just so threatening. Is this enough? Oh, it looks like Hope has shields on his air units where Osmos does not. So I think Hope is going to win this air engagement, especially with those adapters. Yeah, I think it's definitely going in Hope's favor.
Wow.
Those AC-1Ks really need to focus down the adapters, but that's what happens when you don't go shields. Like, Cybran are so deadly. And there we go, Osmos control K'd, because he knew what was coming. Like, Hope spammed air units, and he went shields. That's really, really what went down. So very well played there, Osmos. You're not out of the game yet, but Hope moves on to, what is it, the quarterfinals?
Yep, the quarterfinals, very impressive. And that is the power of the Cybran on an air map, as we see on Etched Desert and now Emerald Crater. So we are going to be moving on. I think we're going to go to the losers bracket for a bit, but we will surely be back to see how the quarterfinals go. Stay tuned, everybody.
Very well played by both players. Thank you very much.